Yo, Freddie, what up, dog? Yeah, we got man, man, oh man, that shit was bad, dog. That shit was bad, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little upset about that shit. That shit was that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. Boy, oh boy. Let's see. All right, I think we straight. At least I hope so. For the time being. But yeah, man, I can't believe the Raiders lost. Man, like they should like how I don't know how they lost to the Panthers, bro. Like there's no way they should have lost that game, especially the way they lost, bro. Like for some reason, it's one thing, dog. If like it was a close game, like they lost, I don't know, something stupid like 16-10 or something like that. But the Panthers putting up 30 plus, hey man, especially after the game that they had against the Ravens at Ravens, that's sad, bro. I left home and everything on until the game when I was over at the Dalton team of the weekend. I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be sick as fuck. I swear to God, Andy Dalton gets a team of the week. Anybody I play against that has that Andy Dalton, I'm blitzing every fucking. I don't give a fuck, dog. I'll come out and field goal block. I don't give a shit. I'm sending heat every goddamn play, bro. I'm gonna be. Oh my. They better not give him no goddamn team of the week. I'm gonna be mad as hell, dog. That shit is crazy. Bro, that's just wild, man. I can't believe they did that shit, dog. Every year we make the backups look like prime time. I don't understand it. I don't either, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I had a parlay on the games, or a lot of all the games actually. I parlay all the games every week, anyways. But like, every one of my parlays, I had the Ravens winning, or the Raiders winning. But here's the funny thing, though. Like, it wasn't even like it was just the Raiders. There were a lot of upsets this week. Like, a lot of teams. Like, Vikings might be them niggas, bro. Like, Vikings just might be it. Like, I couldn't believe that shit. Like, oh man, there was quite a few things going on, bruh. Giants winning against, I forgot who they beat, but the Giants winning anything. Like, bro, my parlays were fucked. Like, before even the Raiders, dog, before the 4 o'clock games, my parlays were already screwed. Shit was crazy. But I'm thinking, like, like, all right, my parlays didn't hit. All right, fuck it. At least I know the Raiders are gonna win. Psych. Hell no, bruh. I couldn't. Oh my god, I was sick. I didn't expect the Dolphins to win, so it is what it is. But yeah. I was like, no way we lose today. Yeah, man. That shit's crazy. Defense didn't show up or the offense. That's the thing, bro. Like, people want to put it on, and don't get me wrong, both sides of the ball they all take credit for that. You know what I'm saying? They all take credit for what happened on that field. But I would say more so the defense. Because here's the thing, bro. You hold the fucking Ravens to 28, which is hard to do. You know what I'm saying? That's not an easy fucking task. If there was any game that you should have lost, it was probably going to be to the Ravens at home. But you lose to the Panthers. But it's just the way you lost to the Panthers. The Panthers don't have a high-powered fucking offense. Like I get the offense not clicking all the time. But they still put up points late in the game, obviously. But put up points. Defense just got steamrolled all 4 quarters. Like that doesn't make sense. What do you think this team needs to get out of the offensive slump? Look, bro, I'm gonna be honest, it's gotta be play calling. Here's the thing, bro, and I get it, bro. People are gonna constantly shit on Gardner Minshew and all this other stuff and this, that, and the third. Look, Gardner Minshew is going to be the starting quarterback for the foreseeable future. At least till next year, probably going into the year after. Fact of the matter is, Aiden O'Connell is not going to be any better of a quarterback than Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew's thrown picks, he's made mistakes, whatever. But somehow, just like in the Ravens game, he bounces back and puts points on the board. So, the quarterback is not the problem. The play calling is. All of these quarterbacks in the NFL, whether they throw picks or not, whatever the case is, all these quarterbacks are at least putting the ball up in the air 30 plus times. Okay? That's bare minimum. That is the minimum that you should be putting the ball up in the air. Especially with the Raiders offense, you have Devontae Adams, you have Brock Bowers, who was a stud in the Ravens game, don't know where his touches went. Jacoby Myers, who has shown from up since last year that he can be a reliable receiver. Trey Tucker, who's a speedster. And you have Michael Mayer, who is another good tight end. Ball should be in the air, bare minimum, on minimum, 35 to 40 times. I'm dead ass serious. The ball needs to be in the air that many times. Because you got too many fucking weapons and you're not utilizing damn near any of them. So, like, you gotta put the ball in the air. The OC, to me, that's the biggest change that needs to happen, is the OC, bro. Like, I don't know what happened from that Ravens game to where they were putting the ball in the air so many times. To this Panthers game where they didn't do it at all. Well, I don't want to say they didn't do it at all, but I think, Minshew had, like, somewhere in the 20s of attempts, like high 20s, like 26 to 28 attempts. Like, I'm sorry, that's terrible, bro. And on top of the fact that you couldn't even get the run game going, so you might as well put the ball in the air damn near 40 plus times. If you can't run the ball, then just pass it. You might as well utilize all these receiving weapons you got. Like, it's not like Zeus or I forgot the other running back's name is. It's not like these motherfuckers had 100 yards carrying. Like, no, y'all couldn't do shit nowheres offensively until the back end. And guess what? It was passing the ball. So just pass the ball in the first half. Like, I don't, like, what's the fucking problem, bro? Like, that OC is tripping. Yeah, him. Like, it's not like these motherfuckers, like, even together, I don't even think they got 100 yards. So it's like, what are we doing, bro? Yo, MVP, what up, man? Andy Dalton's a veteran quarterback, so I expected him to get the Panthers offense going. Didn't mean Bryce Young is bad. I mean, no, I don't think, like I said, and I knew a lot of people are going to start speculating that shit. Bryce Young is still young, number one. And, yeah, Andy Dalton got it going. But once again, Andy Dalton, this is not like Andy Dalton has been like a second string quarterback throughout his entire tenure. He was the starter on the Bengals. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he got them to a playoff. So like this is, you know what I'm saying? Andy Dalton is no slouch or no, bust or nothing like that. But the thing is that the Panthers are still a bad. To me, it shouldn't matter who's at quarterback. You know what I'm saying? It's not like these guys have such staggering offensive line or a staggering freaking receiving core. You know what I'm saying? How do you not put pressure on Andy Dalton, bro? Like, no pressure? Like, that's crazy. Like, 32 points is insane for the Panthers to put on the Raiders. Like, I'm sorry, but that shit's crazy. Especially after, like I said, what they did to the fucking Ravens, bro. That shit's wild. Take away those Zeus touches. Yeah, for real. Yeah, that shit's wild. Andy Dalton's 5-0 against. That's a damn shame, bro. Yeah, he definitely is getting traded. But that's the thing, bro. Like, it just, to me, it's situational. But they definitely need to move on from him. And he just needs to be in a better situation. That's it, man. I've been saying, between that and the Dolphins, and he'll probably go to the Seahawks too. To me, those are like the three best locations for him, bro. But like, we down bad right now. Yeah, Dre, it's bad, bro. What up, though, man? But yeah, bro. To me, those are the best situations for Bryce Young. But if he does go to the Raiders, that to me is what. Because if you think about it, that's what all of these Bama type quarterbacks need, bro. That's just what it is. They need to have a team like the fucking Raiders, bro. Like what they have, or like a team like the Dolphins have. Like just good receiving. Well, the running backs are ass on the Raiders apparently, but in a good O-line. The Raiders O-line isn't bad. You know what I'm saying? But God knows, like, I don't know, man. Like I said, to me, I think it's just the OC. Just with these play calls, like literally run, pass, punt is like that was the mantra of that entire game. Like, no, you should be passing a whole lot. Like, okay, you want to go ahead and run the ball the first quarter? Cool. You want to do your run, pass mantra? Cool. Do it all first quarter. Guess what? If that shit don't work, you need to be pass, and hope for a first down. If not, then punt. But at least you are putting the ball in the air, and you're giving these weapons, all these weapons you have, a chance to put yards up and get points on the board. But running the ball, especially when it's not working, ass. Terrible. I don't get that shit, bro. All right, Ports Panthers head coach would actually quit his job next year if Bryce Young gets traded. I mean, after what Andy Dalton just did, I mean, they'll probably fucking fire him too. Like, the hell, like, it's going to be, and that's the thing, bro. Like, that organization is in such turmoil, it's not even funny, dog. Like, they can't figure out shit, and now Andy Dalton, obviously, he ain't fucking young no more. So, yeah, you got to figure out what your future is going to look like. Are you going to trade Bryce Young? Are you not? If you don't, are you going to draft another quarterback again? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much that goes into it, especially after you already benched Bryce Young. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's such turmoil. It's not even funny, man. Me, a quarterback with an arm, means you can't throw the ball deep. Safeties are up near the line of scrimmage, kills the run game as well. Yeah, but that's the thing, bro. Like, I've seen Minshew put the ball out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he tried against Trey Tucker and he overthrew him in that game. But, like, even on the Colts, I know he can throw that shit. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no damn Aaron Rodgers or Mahomes. Like, I get that. But, like, he can put it out there. But when your OC is calling 2 run plays and you only got 1 pass play to get a first down or to put the ball out there, then Like, what? You gotta, like, for me personally, this offense, you have to set up the run. The run can't set up the pass for you. You don't have the running backs for that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do run, pass because your running back is not good enough. And apparently, whatever is going on in the O-line as far as the run game, it ain't fucking working. So in order to push those safeties back, you're gonna have to pass. And then when those safeties start dropping back, okay, then you can set up the run. Like, to me, it should be flipped on its head. If anything, you should be passing. And if you get into like a 3rd and 2 situation, okay, bet. Run the ball if you want. But like, you got too many offensive weapons. Keep in mind, young offensive weapons outside of Devontae Adams, who is still a top end receiver, by the way. But you have all these young athletes on your team, and you're still doing the run pass method. No, like I said, Minshew should be putting that ball in the air. I don't give a fuck if he throws 2 picks, 3 picks, whatever the fucking case is. That ball needs to be put in the air at least 40 times a game, bro. At least. That nigga Minshew better be, after games, that nigga better be icing his shoulder up every single fucking game damn near. From how many times he has to throw the ball. Because, like, bro, really hurt without Jacobs. I mean, but that's the thing though. Even with Josh Jacobs, there's no guarantee in those type of situations. If your O-line is creating you lanes and your running back is just not breaking tackles or whatever the case is, then I can understand Josh Jacobs being important then. But that wasn't even the case. The O-line is just not creating no lanes. And Derrick Brown was hurt. Their best player, matter of fact, on the goddamn team, period, the D tackle, was hurt. He wasn't even in the game, and y'all still couldn't get the run game going. So, like, you know what I'm saying? That game was just bad, bro. Gruden's offense would work in pieces if we have... Yeah, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. The thing with Gruden was that even though, like I said, I don't think he really liked Derek Carr too much. He just kind of accepted him. But, like, he would at least give Carr opportunities to put the ball in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you need. Like, it's really just that simple. I mean, look what he's doing on fucking New Orleans. Granted, he didn't do it this past game in week 3, but Carr in weeks 1 and 2, he's letting it fly. And like that's what you need to be able to do. You got to be able to trust your quarterback enough as an OC, head coach, whoever's calling the plays. Hey, let's get our quarterback putting this ball in the air. You know what I'm saying? Let's start getting this in rotation. Let's start getting some of our top end weapons the ball, stuff like that. Like, but I don't know, man. I thought this was gonna be a turning point for the Raiders. Like, after the Ravens game, them coming back, winning against the Raiders at Ravens, like, and then they just turn around and lose to the fucking Panthers at home. Like, they gotta do something, bro. Nick Saban actually said in college game, he tells Bryce Young to use his education to find another high-paying job. I mean, hey, man, that's always a path, bro. But once again, to me, that's more so depending on what Bryce Young wants to do, man. If he wants to keep playing football, then trust me, there's a market for him. I'm telling you right now, there's definitely a market for him. But if not, then, yeah, he can go be a manager at Walmart or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Really, Carr was great looking at the defense and making the audible. Yeah, we don't have that this year. Facts. Yeah, I mean, it's primarily, like I said, dog, it's primarily due to the fact that Gardner Minshew is new to he's new to this, and Antonio Pierce, him being a head coach, obviously he's still relatively new to this shit. Like, I get everybody's adjusting to shit, but at the end of the day, it's football. Period. Like, it's a simple. You have a select amount of time to figure shit out throughout a game. Okay? Throughout the first quarter, right? You should be sprinkling in the run very lightly throughout if your run game is not working the first quarter, that run game should be sprinkled in now throughout the second, going into half. Period. So if second quarter, your passing to running the ball ratio should be 80-20. Period. You should be hardly running the ball. Going into the next half, figure it out, talk about it in the locker room, come back out. Okay, let's start off the first series. Let's start putting in the run game. If it ain't working, then guess what? You sprinkle in the run through the third and the fourth quarter. That's it. You should be barely running the ball through the rest of it. Because whatever's going on, whatever they're doing on the defensive side of the ball for the Panthers, it is stymieing the fuck out of your run game. Give it up. Start putting the ball in the air. And they refuse to do that. And I don't know what they be talking about in them locker rooms at halftime or on the sideline or whatever the fucking case is. Nigga, they need to be doing some more talking. That's for damn sure. Next week we got Browns and Watson. Been struggling. He was cooking us last weekend. We gonna have big problems. Bro, like, that's the thing too. I don't even trust the Browns. I really just don't trust Deshaun Watson, bro. Once again, this is another situation of the Raiders can win that game. The fact is too is that Max Crosby has a high ankle sprain, so he's questionable throughout however long. But we know that he'll play through injury and still go out there and probably get you 2 sacks or some stupid shit. But what is the rest of the team going to do? Because you are playing a significantly better defense. And you are playing a significantly better defense against the Ravens. So, what are you going to do now? You know what I'm saying? How are you going to figure this out? That's my whole thing. Yo, Ronaldo, what up, bro? They won't fire AP, though, because he doesn't have his quarterback. Fins are cooked. Oh, yeah, Fins are done. Like, they'll probably make it bare minimum third in their division, but yeah, playoff opportunities is gone. They're down to the third string quarterback. By the time Tua comes back, honestly, like I already said, I don't trust any bit in Tua. Wish they wouldn't have paid him, but it is what it is. It's just whatever. So yeah, they'll probably end out third in the division, in my opinion. They'll probably get one game off. I don't even know who. No, I don't even think they'll beat the Jets like that. Yeah, I can't see it. I can't see them beating the Jets. I think they lose 0-2 to the Jets. They'll go 1-1 against the Patriots, and then 0-2 against the Bills. Probably squeeze out some other like little bullshit ass wins, and yeah, they'll probably finish third or fourth. That's what I'm guessing. But yeah, the Fins are cooked. But yeah, I don't think that firing AP is going to do them any good. Because, like, even whether or not he has his quarterback or not, it's play calling, bro. That's all it is. And he's not calling the plays. His OC is. So, if I don't know what, like I said, whatever it needs to happen, he needs to go talk to his OC, talk to his quarterback, and he needs to get them in the same room. Like, hey man, look, this is what we need to do going forward. Ball needs to be in the air at least bare minimum. The ball needs to be in the air 35 times. However you want to get the ball in the air, I don't give a fuck if you call it 35 screens. Like, ball needs to be in the air 35 times. Minshew needs to have 35 attempts, and that's it. This is a passing league. The days of running the fucking ball all them goddamn times, unless you got Derrick Henry or Nick Chubb or a top Saquon Barkley, if you ain't got a top end back, them days of toting that fucking rock are scratch for you. Them shits is done. Minshew needs to be putting that ball in the air 35 times. Simple as that, bro. The Fins clean house because a lot of people want to. Bro, I'm telling, like I said, bro, they already fucked themselves by giving Tua that big ass contract. So you're already behind the 8 ball. Tyreek Hill ain't getting any younger, right? So what? And like I said, you don't know when the next fucking head injury or whatever the fuck is going to happen to Tua. So you're going to be chalked for the next couple of years, without a doubt. Your chances of getting a Super Bowl, that window closed 2 years ago. Completely shut. Now, especially now after this injury, because the opportunity to move on from Tua, to just realize that, you know what, after all these head injuries, you know, maybe we should go get another quarterback talent. Maybe we should go another fucking route, and realize just Tua is not the fucking guy. He is no better than fucking Brock Purdy. He is a construct of what is around him. His winning is all based on what's around him and the coaching. That is it. He is not going to uplift your team and drag them to a playoffs. He's not that kind of quarterback. And for whatever reason, if they expected him to be, I'm sorry, I don't know who was in that front office who thought that, but they need to be fired too. It's just that simple. Do you think Gardner should be benched? No, definitely not. Definitely not. Because that game, like I said, the game isn't on Gardner Minshew. Because the fact of the matter is, your defense gave up 32 points by statistically one of the worst offenses in the NFL. You can't do that. Because keep in mind, if that Raiders defense was playing how they should have been playing throughout that entire game, that, what was it, the 22 points I think the Raiders had? I forgot what the Raiders scored. But whatever they scored would have been enough to beat the Panthers. Granted, it should have been a way further margin than that. But I digress. The Raiders are a defensive-oriented team, which coincidentally, a lot of their top-tier weapons are on the offensive side of the ball. But regardless of it, they're a defensive team. They rely on their defense to get them out of a lot of fucking jams. Your defense giving up that many points, that is a problem. Now, did Minshew, like I said, everybody is a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Did Minshew make the best reads and this, that, and the third? No. But it ain't like the running backs did any better. You know what I'm saying? The defense didn't do any better. The OC's play calling wasn't any better. Like, everybody has some part of that loss, without a doubt. But Gardner Minshew's play wasn't enough to say, oh, he should be benched. Now, if he threw 3 to 4 picks or something stupid like that, okay, then we have to have a talk. You know what I'm saying? Then we have to have a different kind of conversation. Chris here and GM, a lot of fans blame on him for getting rid of young talent and signing old washed guys. See, but here's the thing, bro. I can't fault him for wanting to do that, because keep in mind, it's not like the young talent you had was getting you anywhere anyways. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like you had young talent and you were making it to the playoffs and you just got rid of them in hopes to get to the Super Bowl. No, you weren't making it to the playoffs. So going out and giving away talent, young talent, to get Tyreek Hill, to get Jalen Ramsey, stuff like that, it worked out because it got you not only to the playoffs, but a little bit of a decent run in the playoffs. So it worked out. The only problem that they were missing is that they thought they were going to get more out of Tua than what was projected. They thought because we made it to the playoffs with Tua, we are right there. We are right there at the Super Bowl. We can do it. Let's pay Tua. Let's run it back. Let's do it right. Let's get probably thought, hey, let's go ahead, get a good record. Let's get the field advantage so we ain't got to go to Kansas and when it's fucking cold as shit and we ain't got to play that game again. Let's just run this shit back. No. And now look what's happening now. Now you're down to your the janitor at this point throwing the fucking football. You got Tua coming back in whatever it is, 3 to 4 weeks. And if he comes back, then what? You gonna throw Tua back out there again? I mean, granted, you ain't got much of a choice, but really, this is what you're down to. That nigga Tua is one football throw in the helmet away from being done like for good, and it should have been now, but whatever. He want to stay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But like, bro, yeah, third string quarterback. Like, God, like seriously, like it's insane. But nah, Dolphins, they're chalk this year, bro. There's no way they can bounce back from this, even if Tua goes on a crazy type run or whatever. Yeah, man, shit's crazy. Cool. Love when that happens, because for whatever